What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 33 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we attacked Caravan, the not so much capital of the Grimgor's Ardboys, but the largest settlement that they had remaining. The faction is pretty much done for, unfortunately for them. There's no real balance of power left, and on top of that, I think this is their last army here, though it looks like they're building some nice stuff. I see a unit of black orcs there at the very least, so who knows? Maybe they'll still give us one more fight. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time around is, well, ideally destroy them, but we do also still have the Ogres to consider, and while we do have a lot of armies up north fighting the orcs, not quite as many fighting down here with scalps, so that's quite the issue. Also, we're 2 turns away from another confederation, so that will be nice, and you know what, while we're here, if we're 2 turns away, I'm going to pose the question to you guys, who should we confederate first? Should it be the Legion of Asgore, or should it be the Disciples of Hashut? Personally, I feel like I'm more inclined towards going for the Legion of Asgore first, mostly because they're sort of closer to where we are here, and we can essentially use them to crush the, Goldtooth and the Poxmakers together at the same time, just as our armies arrive. If we go for the Disciples of Hashut, they have a massive border along the Crooked Moon here, and all the way up here towards Kislev, who would probably declare war on us as soon as we came up here, so we probably would get less of a benefit from this. Just my 2 cents on the matter, but I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on that as well. Also, I believe there have been a few comments regarding the immortality being broken for confederations and the need to get the recruit defeated legendary lords mod or something like that. I will look into that as well, though obviously we'll need 1 button reset if nothing else, because the AI will have screwed the skill points over. Anyway, let's get to it. Zhatan, we're going to start with you. I actually really wanted to transfer a bunch of your units away, but I also don't want to spend like 10 turns moving out here. It feels like a waste of time with you. So you're going to keep using this, and instead we'll have another army build troops for you and then chase you down. We'll have the recruiter essentially ferry stuff over to you. Now, Dumb Tamer, we are going to send you, not here. Where do we want to send you? Up here. This one. We want to get you to find... Let me just see. There wasn't another sea lane. Can we use the Dark Elves passage? No, we cannot, by the looks of it. Okay, fine. Yeah, so I would like to annoy Grimbrindle. Well, I would like to actually see whether he's alive or not, but otherwise, annoy him enough so that Malekith likes us a little bit more. So, Dumb Tamer, you're heading into this one. Into this sea lane, like so. You have 14 turns of steel tech, so you're free to move right now without it costing you anything. And then Zhatan, you're going for Tor Elisor and the islands, the eastern colonies. Should be another nice set of islands. Between Kugath's Islands and the Eastern Colony Islands, we should have a couple very nice cash cow provinces with 3 to 4 ports. I'm gonna appreciate that. I always forget, is Dreadrock also port? I think it is. That looks pretty porty to me, so yeah. Alrighty, Zhatan, you've moved. Let's go Scaff up next. Okay, so the question is, do we move you down here to Shattered Stone Bay? Do we move you toward the camp, which we can currently reach? Or do we try to ambush Oder the Feaster? I suppose we could do 2 at the same time. Now, we can't reach Shattered Stone Bay, but it is rather isolated, so it might be better to destroy it and then move up like this, and at least this way we can see what's going on with Kugath's territory and take it before he does. So let's do that. We'll put you right here, and then we'll put you into ambush in case Oder the Feaster tries to go after the Scrap Towers. From here, we should be able to reach... I didn't realize that Croesus was there. Well, we were looking for him. He's still going to be a problem for this army. Ooh. A bigger problem would be if both of these guys attacked us at the same time. Well, Scaff, we're gonna level you. It'll be dangerous, but you've pulled off crazy wins before, so we're gonna give you another try. Let's buff those blunderbusses. So, yeah. Iron Demon, Artillery, Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses, yes. Bloodied Bombardment is the way to go. I'm not sure whether we'll be buffing Lucky Lackeys. I'm not entirely sure we'll be keeping Goblins in Scav's army. We're still gonna have to see. Right now, really, the only thing we lack is armaments to get capacity for a bunch of different troops that we currently need. But anyway, Yoba's Stormbreaker, you can keep heading up this way towards the Ogres. Still gonna take you quite some time, but it's fine. Also, before I forget, we should probably mill some heroes. Let's take a look at the Castellans. Patient, Superior. Okay, I don't like any of you guys. Maybe we'll keep Superior, but Mill and Mill. At least we have the money to mill as much as we please at this point. And then let's see, what do we have here? Infernal Ooh, yes, we have an unethical one. That's very nice. Upkeep production for Infernal Guard. Well, you know what? We have a ton of Fireglaves in this army, so we might as well get Gorth of the Cruel and Unethical Castellan. Hopefully he doesn't get instantly assassinated by Muck Armbreaker here. Apathetic and Cruel I don't particularly like, so what we'll do is we'll get them here at the Falls of Doom, just so that I don't mistake the useful one for the less useful ones. Alright, out, and we are going to need to summon at least one of you to boost income of our most money-making province, maybe? Once we have capacity, mind you. Although 3.5k really isn't making a crazy amount even then. We'll see. Oh, you know what? Once we have the Dragon Isles, then we could probably do that. Alrighty, and I forgot to see about the Sorcerers. We might as well mill through them as well. We got Greedy and Manipulative. Take out Greedy. And I guess delete Greedy immediately. Fairly well, Greedy. Your greed did not serve you well. We got one here, just fine, one here, just fine, and then Controlling and Selfish. Income from all buildings, great, but better on a Castellan than on one of you. Controlling at least does something. Leadership for Castellan, yeah, I still don't like either one. Take out. There we go, that cost us 6k. So still quite expensive, but at least we got something out of it. Now, let's keep moving. We do have a few territories to claim, though I think these are relatively undefended. Firemouth, what do we have here? Yeah, basically nothing. Alrighty, so you... Which one of you can move closer, but can still keep moving? Okay, so you can. So go right there, please. And then we'll have you take the place. Like so, with an auto-resolve, hopefully no one will die, and then you can both move down to Karakazgor, or Karakazgor, that's not a thing, to Karakazorn, which is a thing. Okay, yeah, no damage whatsoever. Earthing Rod, and this is a outpost location, unless I'm mistaken. I can always switch it if I'm wrong. Alright, what is this? Yeah, it's an outpost location, and interestingly enough, Overseer's Camp, or... this cannot be switched to a tower. I find that kind of odd. Bone Road, so this is all three outposts or factories, but this one, Ancient Giant Lands, has a tower here. Why? On what basis? Interesting. Oh, I also realized that you have the you have the Billowing Smokestack. I guess for now we can switch you to Masterful Architects. Anyway, you can move back into regular stance and start moving towards Karakazorn. I don't know whether we can hit it in A. I don't want to talk to you, Greasy. Can we hit this in one turn? Maybe. It would be nice if we could. You know what? I don't see any enemies nearby. Go into March stance and go right to the edge of the territory. Just a little bit more. Could really use that. Yes, and we have the Uskalak Canal close to us as well, so we could start sending armies up here as soon as we confederate the Disciples of Hashut and start fighting with Kislev. And then once again, the border along with the Orcs is just massive. Oh, wow. They have taken the... they have taken most of the Silver Road. Not Karazakarak itself, but the Pillars of Grugni and Mount Squidcorn have fallen, so they're at least doing a good job. Maybe Skarsnik deserves his place in the mines. Anyway, you, Desminus rather, are going to head towards Knobbly Gorge. I would like to keep an eye on Shamble Town, but you still need to transfer these troops over. Alright, who's up next? Tordrek Dracula, yes, you were raiding because you couldn't you gotta be kidding me, you still can't reach the place? Oh, for the love of... Okay, you've spent way too long here, dude, come on. Alright, now you can definitely reach it. That really shouldn't have taken so long. I wanted to send you up here. Okay, fine, I guess it looks like Gorth the Cruel will be moving up here instead. Too bad this army can't move immediately upon spawning, because it's 7 turns, but in reality it's 6 turns, because it does nothing for a turn. But oh well. Alrighty, Tech Thieves, let's see if some of you can survive. Let's go to Grimtop here, 56 and 5, not so bad. And you'll give us vision, or continue giving us vision. Hey, there you go, you succeeded. And though you did not level, still good. Next up, we have another Tech Thief, and I believe you are the last, and you can't actually reach a place. But we'll send you to Amble Peak anyway, as we do. I want to see what's going on over there. Alrighty, then admin, and then we go next turn. And then there will be 1 turn until Confed. Or 2, depending on if we want to wait for the Confederation debuff to go away, but I haven't decided yet. Anyway, you cost 1,000. Yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. Wait, why did I select Forest of the Moon? Instead of... Oh, Jade River Delta has nothing. Okay, fine. Forest of the Moon is fine, then. I don't want to waste armaments right now. We will, just not now. Shilong, you're fine. There's nothing there, but we will build the gold refinery here. Wait. Actually, this place does have a factory, but it's not using that much in the way of armaments. We're generating money. Just wondering whether it would have been more beneficial to just go for the Overseer's Tower here, but I'm too lazy to switch it now, so I'm not going to. Let's just build a ziggurat tenements here. Alrighty, Stone Sky Foothills. What do you have? We got you at tier 3, sure, and then you at tier... Ooh, yes, you. That works, and you know what, still 2.6k, still not willing to spend it. Not until our raw materials are in a better place. Wei Jin, you have your Demon Smithy, but you do not have your... you do not have your Ziggurat Tenements, so we'll go for that as well. Wastelands of Jinshen, you're in exactly the same... No, actually, you know what, you can build a level 1 Demon Smithy. You are okay. Eastern Steppes, Warpstone Desert, you are missing the Demon Smithy, so unless there's something more important, and it doesn't look like there is... Ow. I went to the wrong place, and yes, I know I wasn't supposed to waste the armaments, but we should still have just enough to send out all of our convoys. Let's just make sure not to spend any more armaments right now. Alright, you're good. Plains of Shen, you are about to be good. There we go. Jiangxi, same situation. But we need the armaments, so we'll leave it. You are going to get an upgrade. Next up, Great Canal. You are not going to get an upgrade because we have better uses for our raw materials right now. And just get the Sorcerer Prophet's Tower. You will get us money. Alright, this place, Yeti Peak. And we could either build the patrol routes here, which we will probably need. We won't have a lot of space in this place. Yeah, I guess out of everything, we'll probably want the patrol routes. Gash Kadrak. Yes, the new place. Karak Vrag. So, we'll start with the gem refinery, most definitely need it. And I guess we'll start accepting new labor as well. Immediately upgrade the Overseer's Towers, and start building the strip mine, and the money pit, and the strip mine, and the money pit. Alrighty, what up? Here, donation barrel, obviously. Patrol routes, the incinerator gives us no benefit right now. Might be beneficial to build a Temple of Hashut here, but by the time it completes, if we don't rush it and we don't have the labor to rush it right now, it wouldn't be all that useful anyway. Alrighty, well, other than that, I guess it's either Temple of Hashut or military buildings, but we can skip out on those for now. Mount Lee. Do we have... Okay, not yet on the Obsidian, which means we should probably upgrade these to battlements, regardless of the cost. And then we will also get the Demon Smithy here, but once again, once we're ready. Dai Cheng is a factory, yes, so you are going to start with... Let's go with the gunsmith this time, mostly because we need the... we need a lot of armaments right now. Blood Peak, Veil of Titans, Firemouth, all of you... Ow. You can all have upgrades, but you can have them next turn, because you can have Astral Architects first. We won't need the Hobgoblin Mustering Camp. Looks good to me. Knobbly Gorge. This place might fall, so I'm just going to ignore it. And then lastly, Blizzard Peak, same situation. Beautiful. Now, there's one other thing I wanted to do. Archaon. A turn did pass, so are you willing to now, if we join war against, let's say, Karak Kadrin, Defensive Alliance, you want 9.2k. You know what? We're gonna get an extra 15k next turn from the return of the caravans, so you know what? Let's just do this. Our territory's too near to Archaon's, and I just don't want to deal with him. There we go. Alrighty. And we might as well check anything else. Disciples of Hashut are actually willing to non-aggress now. And military access for 2k. Ah, sure. Wait, is there really any point to this, considering, you know what? No, you give us money. We're gonna confederate you very soon, so we can just wait on that. If we're not gonna trade, then it's not gonna be all that useful. Disciples of Hashut, Legion of Asgore, yeah, damn. Reliability's still hurting us, but you know what? I don't imagine the Chaos Dwarfs are seen as that reliable anyway by most factions. Maybe Chaos, but not the other factions. Alrighty, and I believe that's it. So unassigned skill points, we can skip damage building is here somewhere. Outpost available. Warhost of the Apocalypse, oh yeah. But Chaos Outposts are useless. Absolutely useless. So we're not gonna bother. Or at the very least, Warriors of Chaos Outposts are completely useless. Anyway, end the turn. And let's see if anything interesting here happens. Greasy. Huh. Okay, so that sort of worked. Okay, that's fine. Auto-resolve this. Is he gonna take it? Because if he is, he's going to die. Oh, but Greases got ambushed, and in March stance as well. He thought he was safe. Oh, but you are never safe from Scaff Stonebeard. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. No speech because it's an ambush and these things do usually go pretty darn quick. So here we go. We've deployed at the rear of the enemy column, so they will have to turn around, and Greasus is the furthest away he can possibly be from the rest of our forces, which is good because, well, we don't want him in melee combat for as long as possible. Otherwise, we've deployed all 4 of our units of blunderbusses essentially close to each other, with our gobos moving in sort of rectangular formations to allow for firing lanes between them and the, well, between their ranks, so that the blunderbusses can do the damage. A little bit terrified of that Snowhorn just charging through our gobos into our blunderbuss line, but hopefully we can hold it off with Scaff himself and then gun it down with the blunderbusses. So what a freaking cool model, though. You gotta love this thing. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I did forget to deploy one unit. One of our Chaos Dwarf Warriors is all the way back here, but hopefully what we can do with that, we shall see. Anyway, a Ash Storm coming down on the enemy. The weakness to fire damage, not going to do too much here, but rather the purpose of this was to slow down the Ogre units long enough for us to hopefully do additional damage. The Iceforge Legion is firing together with the blunderbusses and the other cannon, and it looks like at the very least these units are taking quite a bit of damage. We're also using spells essentially right in front of them to just hold them back from our main line for that little extra bit longer. Alrighty, and we are targeting our rocket artillery at that Stonehorn there. Alrighty, and there we are. The enemy units are here. The gobos are going to be holding them back for as long as they can, but the blunderbusses, as we've seen before, can wreck ogres quite well. So they just need to hold on, and by they I mean the gobos, long enough for the blunderbusses to do their damage. Let's see, we are about a minute into the battle right now, and the enemy seems to have concentrated most of its units where these 3 units are currently holding, though one of the hobgoblins is looking pretty bad, and honestly this one is as well, where Scaff had to land in order to prevent the Iron Guts from breaking through. We do have the Chaos Dwarf Warriors holding both flanks as well, so they should be fine, and of course we're leading around the enemy Mournfang Cav, too slow to catch the Hobgoblin Raiders there. Alrighty, looks like we're going to start focusing down that Stonehorn with our blunderbusses. Also used our Kadai summoning ability to summon them in the way of the enemy ogres, as we obviously don't care about the damage to the Kadai from our own blunderbusses. Alright, 2 or 3 units of blunderbusses now focusing down that Stonehorn, and down the thing will go shortly. There we are. Oh wow, it kinda just freezes. That's kind of neat. That's not the regular animation for these guys, is it? Huh. It kinda just... You know what, I gotta see a regular one killed now, because now I'm not so sure. It's been a while, which you would think I would know the animation of that particular unit, or just generally Stonehorn units quite well. For those of you who watch my Boris campaign, having killed just so ridiculously many of them as the AI was just spamming them non-stop. And yet I don't. Oh well. Alrighty, there we go. Looks like the last of the enemy Iron Guts, at the very least, have been cleared out. Greasus got absolutely wrecked by that pile of blunderbusses before he could really join combat, and Scaff holding it just fine. He does still have his healing potion. He is damn well going to use it. Otherwise, it's just a matter of killing off the last remaining Gorgers still on the field and gunning down whatever remains. There we go. Blunderbuss is going to take care of Greasus. For a second time. This is the second time that Scaff has fought Greasy. Man, I bet you could render these ogres down and use their fat for something. I'm sure the Chaos Dwarfs have a use for them. After they're dead and have labored in the mines. I have to wonder how many like goblin laborers, for example, or orc laborers it would take to replace a single ogre in terms of sheer strength. Which is why it feels like when you do battles against the ogres, you should get a massive amount of labor, because they really do seem quite useful. And it's not just strength, it's height as well. I mean, them being taller than both the laborers and the Chaos Dwarfs in general, so it really helps with like loading artillery shells into big machinery, which is why we have the Dreadquakes loaded by the ogres. Anyway, there we go. We've chased down most of the enemy unit. Not entirely sure whether it was necessary or not, because they were in march stance, but at the very least, a little bit more labor. Oh look, there's some buried ziggurats and lizardmen buildings here. It's actually quite nice. I guess it's because we're near to the Dragon Isles, which is like a sort of abandoned lizardman place where they sort of went feral and underwent Tyrannid syndrome. Anyway, a decisive victory for Scaff. He did take quite a bit of damage to the 4 units of hobgoblins out front, but otherwise looking good. Alright, very nice, and that's Greasus' stack, though, a shockingly little amount of labor. 321 and only 36. We chased down everything here. Zamir, is that odd? We've definitely had fights against ogres where we got a ton of labor, but this time barely any. Why? I really don't get how that works. Alrighty, well, we can, I guess... Well, the healing is very, very sparse, so I guess we're gonna ransom the captives. Although at this point the money isn't as important to us, as we're making pretty darn good amounts. Also, since they both attacked us here and took the scrap towers, I guess we're gonna have to go back, retake the scrap towers, then go south again, and then go north again. A little bit annoying, but it's one of those issues with only having one army around. You want us to join war against the Golden Order? No thank you. Not right now. We will later, but there's no purpose to it right now. They're way, way too far away from us, and they really don't concern us. Alrighty, money is back from our caravans. We're up to 55, though of course not for very long. Let's see what we've got in terms of armaments. Okay, that should be enough to send out our new convoys. Lovely. You don't have any active convoys. Well, these ones are returning, but we can send some of the better ones out. So, let's see, you're our strongest one here, with your 14 unit count, right? Connected... Yeah. Alright, you. Do you need a heal or a level up? Yes, you do. Let's see what we got for you, buddy. Let's go better scales, I guess. I mean, it's just too rare for us to get actual opportunity to get a local guide. So let's get better scales, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Then, we've got labor at the Haunted Forest, though we have to go through enemy territories to get there. We do still have labor at the Wizard Caliph's Palace, and Grungzent, and it looks like one of these places. Alright, that's fine. Let's get... Okay, who was it again? You. Admaster. And where can we send you? Alright, so this is 1400 labor for 500, 10 turns, eh? It's pretty good. And this one's not too bad either. Alrighty. Although, wait. For 10 turns, 1400. For 5 turns now... Oh. Wait. Shorter routes are actually better than longer, well, at least with regards to just straight up value, but I guess the longer routes give you other... they give you other benefits, don't they? Like additional ancillaries and stuff. I guess we could send, and I'd assume more XP, though I could be wrong about that one. I guess we could go half and half. So yeah, you are going to max out. You're going to dispatch down there. Are you going through any enemy territories? Technically, no. Alright, that's fine. And dispatch, please. Alright, Convoy 2. Let's see, 9 troops. What do you have in your actual army, though? Single... that's probably too weak. You? Okay, you're one of the stronger ones. Okay, we can send you up north. And you got high veterancy as well. Let's also level you up. You got another point into better... Ooh, you don't have the cargo capacity. Get the cargo capacity first. Alrighty, and then we'll add you. You have the 12 units. That was cannonry experience, man, right? You have cannonry experience, but you barely have any artillery. Okay, these things just constantly appearing is kind of annoying. Yeah, let's get you. Well, I guess we're not going this way. We'll max out the armaments. Let's see, 1,000 labor, 1,000 labor, 1,400 labor at 8 turns. That's not so bad. Let's go Troll Fjord. Sort of midway between the two. Troll Fjord it is. Dispatch. And then to the Crystal Spires is a short route. We'll send somebody weaker. Let's see, 8, 9. This is the Hobgoblin army. Oh, you have an Arachnarok and a Dreadquake. You're stronger than you look. You know what? I think we're gonna send you. I kind of like you. Can we level you, or do we need to level you? Yes, we indeed do. And you got 2 points as well. Ooh, you don't need that. Don't waste items. Cargo capacity, and let's go for hidden stores, and then we'll go for wayfinders. Man, nearly done with your blue line. Good job, buddy. And you're on your great Taurus as well. You were the machinist, yes? Yes. I really wish that it didn't go back once you... Okay, well, whatever. The screen, the little UI aspect of this needs a little bit of work. Set convoy route here, I guess. I mean, I guess we could go for money again. Grungzent, despite being longer, is actually less labor. Interesting. Crystal Spires it is. Dispatch, please. Lovely. And we're at 3 out of 3, though hopefully we'll get a few more of them. Well, actually, 4 is the maximum amount, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, at least with regards to what I've seen with our... technology. Speaking of technology, what were we going for next? Let's see. We have Communing Altar. We really wanted Architect's Decrees for the construction cost reduction. Another 10% is pretty significant. The other alternative is to get Hashut Reverence first, and get the +5 Conclave influence per turn for the Temples of Hashut. This will only give us, what, we have 2 or 3 of those temples right now, though, so this will only give us a +15. It's not a horrible amount of influence, though. And there's a bunch of stuff we have to go through here in order to get Architect's Decrees, which I guess is kind of the problem. And there's nothing here that is just super critical. We got Living Metal, which was decent. And there's nothing in industry. Well, I guess we could go through some of the industry stuff in order to get the other good stuff. Labor organization here, and unilateral agree. Wait, and convoy cartographers. Maybe that's actually more critical than the than the Hashut Reverence. Income from gem and gold mines, but we have, I think, no gold mines to speak of right now. And stockpiling, construction costs for tower settlement. I'm tempted to go for labor organization first. You know what, let's go labor organization first. We want even more labor. Alright, stockpiling it is. Looks good to me. Next up, let's see if we can take any more territory, and we should hopefully be in range of Karakazorn. No, just out. Damn, I should have moved him further in March stance. Oh, let's move you, let's say, here. These guys will be able to build up just a little bit, but probably not enough to actually threaten us at all. You can move in here and move to support. I assume that you're not needed out there. And these are our convoys. Okay, that freaked me out for a second. Seeing all those units, what the heck is this? Well, that's just rude. Okay, so Gorth, I want you. You can't reach Mr. Nurjug here, but you can move towards him. Though, I wonder where Nurjug will go after this. Alright, well, we can't ambush you, can we? No, we can't. Alright, fine. Chase down Nurjug. You are gonna go to Blackfang and you're gonna defend it. There's a use for you after all. Isn't that lovely? And the Castellan, this is the good one, right? No, you're a Demonsmith sorcerer, you. The Castellan with Unethical, yes, for all the Fireglaves that are gonna be in this army. And it's a 10%? Yeah, it's 10%. Oh! So you reduce regular Infernal Guard and Infernal Guard with great weapons, but you don't reduce capacity, huh. That's odd. So Infernal Ironsworn generally are in the same tree as, okay, those are just warriors, I guess. Where are we? Here. No, they're in the same tree as well. Okay, well, we don't need Infernal Ironsworn in this army anyway. I was just thinking about Zhatan in particular. I guess Zhatan then won't need an unethical, Infernal Castellan. Zhatan is unethical enough by himself. Alright, speaking of Infernal Castellan, Vindictive, hero action cost, meh. Manipulative, Compulsive, not bad. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at these afterwards. Blood Greed, ooh, hello. Armor piercing weapon damage up to 20%, charge bonus and melee attack. Makes you angrier. You can be an angry man. Maybe we'll do you. One has Sundering and one has Temperamental. I just don't want to waste too much time waiting for another Tauruk. Let's get to you down here, right? Okay, you're gonna take that many turns to get down here? Alright, fine. Just run over there, buddy. Alright, anybody else? Zhatan, you're too far. I'm just looking to see whether there's another fight that we could get going rather than doing a bunch of admin. We probably should take this army out. I don't know if we can auto-resolve it, though. It's kind of weak compared to the fight we just had, and there's no defenders at the scrap towers, really. Also, you have another level up. Let's get you stand or die, I guess. Probably not going to bother with Lucky Lackeys. Ooh, maybe we can also reach this place. Oh, no, it looks like we will have to fight it. Alright, fine, that's fine. I wonder if we can reach it with our hell cannons. You, are you close enough? No, you are very close, but you are not close enough. I wonder. Shambletown, 4 units of Ogre Bulls. We don't have that military building here, do we? Yeah, just Orc Laborers. We could, however, do something. Wait. Go right here. 50%. Go right here, recruit 2 Orc Laborers, and then recruit 1 Blunderbuss, 4 Sneaky Gits, and 2 Archers. Just temporary for us, because we have the money, and we're going to have you take Shambletown. Without, oh, in fact, you know what, let's temporarily build this here so we don't have to globally recruit that. Yeah. Just to speed this up a little bit, and you have finished building your Infernal Ironsworn. Well, Zhatan's Infernal Ironsworn, actually, but we have no more capacity for them, do we? And they do have a separate capacity from the regular Infernal Guard. I'm just wondering whether Zhatan needs the Infernal Guard with great weapons, but still probably going to go all Ironsworn. Anyway, before we call the episode here, we're going to do one more fight for Scaff. It's another Scaff day. Every Scaff day is a good day, however. Here we go. Alrighty, Scaff not wanting to give a speech here, and wait, is this place Slanesh corrupted? Why is it all pinkish glowing? I didn't see the... Oh, that's actually a really nice shot. The Iceforge Legion firing over the Bale, Taurus, and Scaff. The Ogre, by the looks of it, city in the back. No, that's not Ogre. That's, yeah, that's Ogre. That's Ogre. The Ogre outpost, I suppose, in the background on these kites. Also, don't these stairs seem a little bit flimsy for Ogres? Or maybe they just wouldn't care about falling. Who knows? They're too hungry. Anyway, here we go. The enemy army is somewhat damaged here, but our army is pretty damaged as well, especially the units that are in the front line. These two units are in fact so weak that we're not even going to bother using them as part of the front line, and similarly to the Grease's battle, we do have our units of Chaos Dwarf Warriors on the flanks, and I haven't forgotten the second unit this time around with our other units in a bit of a rectangular formation, plus Scaff out front in order to jump in front of the enemy. Otherwise, we're going to do our best to annoy some of the enemy fast movers with our own fast movers, the Hobgoblin Raiders, well, actually they are trying to force the Saber Tusks into a rampage state, which they seem to be failing to do so, kind of surprisingly. Alright, come on now. Rampage already. Well, they're knocking out... Ooh, they're catching the occasional unit, but that ain't great. Damn. They kill them really quickly when they catch them, but here we go. They've moved into a location where we've got our Hobgoblins helping them out, and it looks like that has finally angered them enough, and they've gone into Rampage. We're out of control and are now going to be attacking the Hobgoblins, who won't have any trouble in dealing with them, as they are quite fragile. And we did take a little bit of damage on the Sharp Teeth there, but I really like that chase, the way that they occasionally brought the units down, even though they shouldn't have been able to, as they are slower than the Hobgoblin Raiders. But, you know, skirmishes... wonky and all. Anyway, the Iceforge Legion and our other Hell Cannon continue to fire and are doing a decent job of it. We're going to summon some Kadai to once again get in the way of the enemy here. And the Kadai absorbed the charge of the Mournfang cavalry, so that we can then send our Hobgoblins in to help out and dish out damage. Otherwise, it looks like the main enemy host is moving in, but they are taking lots and lots of hits from those blunderbusses. Granted, our own frontliners are as well, but that's what they're here for, and that's why they're goblins. I've grown to love the sound of those blunderbusses. And man, once again, the Granite Guard, I really wish we had more units that looked like this. This unit looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love their color scheme. I love the whole blunderbusses, but with the Infernal Guard sort of get-up that they've got going on. I love a mod that just makes all blunderbusses look like this, or just have like a Infernal Guard with blunderbusses or something instead that look like that, but without the brown color scheme. Just use your faction's color scheme. Easy mod, right? And it would give you a more powerful blunderbuss. Although they're already so powerful, do you really need it? Really, I just like the model. Anyway, it looks like our front line has survived just fine, but partly because the enemy has decided to peel away a massive portion of its forces to try to take out the Kadai Fireborn that were summoned, as well as those Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits. One of the Sneaky Gits is basically done for, and down to, I don't know, maybe 20% less of its HP, broken and running, and the other one is trying to get away. Scaff is still fighting, but while he did try to get the enemy lured, he had a little bit of a difficult time as there were just too many enemy ogres in his way. He can still fight here for as long as he wants, however, because he does have his healing potion and his stats are fairly decent, as we've given him quite a few items. Plus, he still has spells to throw the enemy enemy's way. And just because our hobgoblins have broken, oh, and finally the Kadai have broken as well. This will mean we will probably leave the place, though it looks like the enemy is at least partly moving from that portion of the combat as well. Alrighty, so it does look like this rightmost flank is where the battle will be decided, and the enemy will no longer threaten our front lines, so we are moving the rest of our blunderbusses and range units generally to the to this flank. Blunderbusses are trying to focus down the enemy heroes, this hunter here, and being shot up by the by two of them. And of course our Iceforge Legion and our Hell Cannons trying to focus down these poor units. I really wanted Scav to kill that fire belly, and incidentally our rocket artillery was firing on this fire belly for basically the entire battle, so it's hurt, as in the fire belly's hurt, but not as hurt as we'd like. I can also probably get Scav here, but he was fighting with 2 units of hobgoblins as well as the Kadai Fireborn unit, so I'm not really all that concerned about the fact that he's still staying there in combat. Anyway, it looks like more enemy units are routing, and I do believe the chain route is finally here. Scav once again managed to anchor the line and hold against the remaining ogres, and our blunderbusses absolutely ripped apart those enemy units that headed directly into their guns. Hardly surprising, though. They've done so quite a few times very admirably, and whether in this army or in Zhatan's army, and just as effectively. Once again, though, I do believe the Iceforge Legion probably, 215 kills, though a lot of them I'm sure are Nobblers, still 21k damage. How did the Soul of Damnation do? Oh, 187. Also a very nice amount of kills, though the damage is a little bit lower. Pretty happy with them. Though obviously much happier with the Iceforge Legion. 950 Delta's gold, near 1800 Delta's gold. Yeah, the Iceforge Legion doing nearly twice as well. But hardly surprising. Scav also did okay at 17,000, near 18,000 damage. Yeah, that's pretty respectable as well. Granted, especially considering the fact that he couldn't use his most damaging spells, really, and just to use the Ash Storm to slow enemies down rather than anything else. Especially because, well, against the Ogres, a lot of stuff is more or less useless. The Bale Taurus Breath does basically nothing to them. His, like, little Flame Breath item also does nothing to them. Like, it won't even knock out a single ogre from the time that times that I've had him use them, but it's okay. He clearly did just fine. He's at full HP, and that's another army down, and it looks like this area will be pretty much safe for us to now conquer. Alrighty, 205 labor that time, not too bad, still could be better though. We're gonna once again occupy the place as outpost if I recall correctly. And there we go, Living Metal we already saw at the end of that turn. Convoy completed. I guess there are other convoys completed, but the game will show that to us later on. Anyway, there we go, another great job from Scav, but I guess he'll have to once again move back down to Shattered Stone Bay. Though maybe, you know what, if he's in range of the Scrapstone Towers camp, maybe we just take that out and head for Pig Barter instead. Because we are still in our own friendly territory, and Pig Barter will serve kind of the same sort of purpose as Shattered Stone Bay, and maybe we can even send Des Minus down there. And oh, well, we got a Hobgoblin mustering camp here. That's funny, because that's what we wanted. Let's get a couple of, you know what, let's get a couple of sneaky gets, rather than cutthroats for that. And you know what, next turn, maybe we just generate another Lord with a bunch of more Hobgoblins and send them down to Shattered Stone Bay instead of having to deal with one army. Anyway, with that, we're out of time, so I am going to call the episode here. Next time we continue the war against the Ogres, though it's not looking so great for them, but we should have at least one more proper greenskin battle next time as well, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And let me know your thoughts about the Confederation choices. And thanks for watching.